CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Off the top, we want to get right to some breaking news happening right now. 8 to 10 people are hurt after a shooting near the Kansas City Chiefs parade in Kansas City. This is a live look at the scene right now. You can see that fans are still trying to get out of the area. Minutes after the Kansas City Chiefs players vowed to go for a third straight Super Bowl title Wednesday, shots rang out. Police say that right now 8 to 10 people are hurt, and we see someone who appears to be performing CPR or doing some kind of medical procedure on a person right now. Police have declined to comment further at this time, but we have learned that some of the victims were taken to Truman Medical Center, and there were also ambulances seen going to Children's Mercy Hospital. We have not been able to confirm whether children were hurt, but we know children were, an ambulance was taken to Children's Mercy Hospital. We have also learned that 2 people have been detained. There are also reports that a possible third person was arrested. Fans still being urged to exit the area as quickly as possible. But this shooting actually broke out as Chiefs fans were marking their 3rd Super Bowl title in 5 consecutive seasons. Fans were celebrating. It was the end of that celebratory time, and that's when those shots rang out. We've learned the team is on the stage and had just wrapped up. This happened at the end of the parade. The crowd was still enjoying that grand celebration when gunfire rang out. There are some reports, local reporters are hearing from witnesses. They say that some fans started running, even jumping the rails. You can see still a large police presence at the scene. This is a crime scene right now. Several ambulances on the scene, and even at this hour, some fans are trying to get out of the area. Kansas City police say the shots were fired just west of an area of Union Station, and at least 2 armed people are in custody. That's according to reports. There is also reports that there's possibly a third person, and we are hearing that someone in that crowd actually tackled one of the gunmen until police arrived. They were a family with Kansas City ties visiting from Omaha, and they say a man tackled one of the gunmen. Earlier, we also saw multiple people carried out on stretchers, and this is just so unfortunate because it comes on the heels of Kansas City Chiefs back-to-back Super Bowl wins, the first time that this has happened in 20 years. Thousands of people were out celebrating. The latest reports say about 80,000 people were in attendance. That's just an estimate, but about 80,000 Kansas City Chiefs fans were out there when those shots rang out. So if you are just joining us, we are following.
We did not hear sounds. And I'm going to go.
Okay. If you are just joining us, we are following breaking news out of Kansas City, where 8 to 10 people are hurt after a shooting near the Kansas City Chiefs parade in Kansas City. This happened minutes after the Kansas City Chiefs players said that they were going to go for that 3rd Super Bowl title. They were excited. There were about 80,000 fans in attendance. It was a very celebratory mood, and that's when all of a sudden shots were fired. This is a developing situation, still an active scene, and we're going to stay with us both on air and online. And I'm going to have another report coming up for you in just a bit. And now to other news, breaking news as well. A devastating crash in Miami after a woman was struck and killed by a truck while pushing a child in a stroller. Chopper 4 was over the scene. It was along the 400 block of Northwest 2nd Avenue. Police say a woman was pinned under the truck and dead on impact. A child in a stroller with the woman has been taken to Jackson Memorial Hospital. No word yet on the condition of that child. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch is on top of this story, and we are going to have the very latest coming up tonight at 5. A would-be car thief is caught in the act. Northwest Miami-Dade. It happened there, but things quickly took a turn. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch has more on that investigation.
Miami-Dade police sealed off this scene for hours as they tried to sort out exactly what happened here around 2:30 in the morning. coincidentally right across the street from Spanish Lake Elementary School. It happened here at Northwest 192nd Street and 79th Avenue. Miami-Dade police tell us two people were trying to break into a car in front of a home when the vehicle's owner came out and confronted them. There was an altercation, and police say the victim pulled out a weapon and fired. The two men fled, but their car struck some nearby vehicles and crashed. One of them died, and his passenger fled on foot. It's not clear at this point if the man who fired his weapon will face any charges, but Miami-Dade police tell us there is an important message here. We'll have much more on that part of the story coming up at 5 tonight on CBS News Miami. In Northwest Miami-Dade, Peter Dench, CBS News Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, it is a beautiful day across South Florida. Let's get right to Next Weather. Meteorologist Cindy Pressler. I mean, this is ideal Valentine's Day weather.
It is, and so good that we have a nice day for all of the everything going on today. As you can see right now downtown, the boat show going on. A lot of folks are out and about. And look at this temperature, 74 degrees, but it's dry air, so it's comfortable. Winds today blowing mainly out of the east at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, so overall very pleasant weather going on across South Florida. Upper level flow is out of the west with a few clouds. We have stratocumulus clouds at this point. They're not going to bring any rain. Nope. It should be dry this evening. So if you're heading out the door for Valentine's Day, of course, winds will be light out of the east-northeast at about 5 to 10. And our temperatures will also very mild. 74 starting off at 5, dropping into the lower 70s. We'll have partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. So our temperatures overnight will not be nearly as chilly as it was this morning. Drop down to 58 degrees in Miami. Of course, that dry air in place, and of course the clear skies has a lot to do with that. Tonight we're going to get an easterly flow, so our temperatures will moderate. 66 in Miami ought to do it for a low. 65 in Opelika, Homestead in the mid-60s as well. So yes, things are warming up very nicely. Beautiful high pressure in control, at least for the next few days. That's why our weather will be so beautiful. But as that high moves off to the east, it will allow the next disturbance, area of low pressure, to move into the Gulf and develop and drag a frontal system through. Some question right now on the strength and timing, but it looks like we'll have a chance for showers Saturday night. Sunday looks like a wet day, and that will linger into Monday as well. So President's Day weekend, dry Saturday mostly, wet Sunday, and wet into Monday morning. So that's the forecast, at least at this point. Here's your 7-day outlook. Look for a high tomorrow of 78 degrees, and now we're sitting at about normal for this time of the year, going slightly above as we head into Friday. Dry day, Saturday, beautiful day, but look at that temperature, 84 degrees. Then it cools off with a good chance for rain on Sunday into Monday, but dry next week. So the pattern really starting to cool off as we head into next week.
Broward County Public Schools is observing a day of service and love in commemoration of the Stoneman Douglas High School tragedy. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten has the details.
It has been 6 years since the Parkland massacre, and students across Broward are all commemorating, remembering what happened that day 6 years ago. What they're doing is they're doing things of love, messages of love. Like you can see right here, they're putting bracelets together, all of them with messages of love. Next to them over here, they're painting rocks, also with those kinds of messages that are uplifting messages, something that the superintendent has been following throughout the day today.
There are words that we sometimes just gloss over, like being calm, smile, be nice, be who you are, and we forget those things.
We're just writing peaceful messages and messages that we want to show to the world and what we want.
So events like this are going on around the district today. We'll have a wrap-up of everything starting at 5. In Coral Springs, Ted Scouten, CBS News Miami.
Now we move to Eagles Haven Mental Health Facility. Family and friends gathered to honor the 17 people who lost their lives in the Stoneman Douglas tragedy 6 years ago today. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray has the report.
I'm Joan Murray in Coral Springs at the Eagles Haven Mental Health Facility. It is here every year that they honor the 17 people who were lost in the Marjory Stoneman Douglas tragedy. There are many programs. You see there are dancers behind us going on. Right down here is actually a therapy mini horse. Now, in addition to this, the families who lost loved ones are here. They lit candles in memory of the honor to their loved ones. We also spoke to family members about what it is like going through this tragedy now 6 years later.
And for me, it's harder. It's the longevity of Luke being gone. It just gets bigger and bigger, and I miss him very, very much.
He's been working in foster care for a lot of years. Luke loves sports, and I think we have a foundation that actually provides funding for kids' extracurricular activities who are in foster care. So that's paying for travel football, travel soccer, baseball, just because we think sports play such a big role in young people's lives, and I think that it's important. I think Luke would be very happy to see.
Such an emotional day for everyone who lost someone on February 14th, 2018. Now, the organizers of this event, they say we are in year 5, and they plan to continue this program every year on February 14th going forward. In Coral Springs, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
We continue to follow breaking news out of Kansas City, where several people were shot as fans were celebrating the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl win. We have new developments after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. For those of you just joining us, we continue to follow breaking news out of Kansas City. 8 to 10 people are hurt after a shooting near the Kansas City Chiefs parade in Kansas City. It happened just minutes after Kansas City Chiefs players were on stage and vowed to go for a 3rd straight Super Bowl title when shots were fired. Police say 8 to 10 people were hurt, but declined to comment any further at this time. We have learned that some of the victims were taken to Truman Medical Center, and there were also ambulances seen going to Children's Mercy Hospital. Police say at this hour they have detained 2 people. Fans were urged to exit the area as quickly as possible, and the shooting broke out as the Chiefs fans marked their 3rd Super Bowl title in 5 seasons with a parade. Team just getting up on stage and wrapping up. This happened at the end of the parade as the crowd was still enjoying that grand celebration when those shots rang out. We've heard some reports that fans started running, even jumping the rails. There is still a large police presence at the scene, several ambulances at the scene. Some fans, as you can see, still trying to get out of the area. Stay with us for the very latest on that developing breaking news story out of Kansas City. I'm Najahe Sherman. That's your CBS News Miami Quickcast. Stay with us both on air and online.